Hey guys, welcome back to Gardening Young. So today is week 8 of our garden tour series. I'm so excited to be doing this series and to be on week 8. That's crazy. And everything is just growing like wild. It is very humid again today because it rained yesterday, so if my camera fogs up, that's why, is because it's really humid. But I am so excited to get into this garden tour, so without further ado, let's just hop right in. If you guys are new here, welcome back. My name is Anna Grace. I grow in zone 7B in my small backyard garden, just sharing here on YouTube everything about my garden, and doing weekly garden tours every Saturday to just document the seasons, my gardening summers. So I am so excited to show you everything that I have going on. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm so excited you're here, and let's just get right to looking at all these plants. Okay, so when you first walk into my garden, I have a just a empty bucket full of dirt. And then over here in this first bed, we have our cherry tomato bed, and this cherry tomato I need to like actually tie up, but it is all the way to the past the top of the trellis and it's doing awesome. But starting here, we have 2 sun gold tomatoes, absolutely doing amazing. We have a bunch of flowers, so hopefully we'll be getting some cherry tomatoes soon. So we have 2 sun gold tomatoes, which are some of our favorite tomatoes is sun gold. We have a Berry's Crazy Cherry tomato, which I shared in the last gardening tour. Is a really unique variety because it grows in bunches of clusters, like really heavy clusters, instead of just your normal cluster that just has like a couple. But this, you can see in the you can see the bunches of flowers just absolutely rocking out. It actually has some cherry tomatoes on it, but they have not turned yet. So hopefully we're gonna get some cherry tomatoes soon. And you can see that I need to tie this so that it's not leaning. But then over here we have blue cream berry doing pretty good. And actually I was kind of worried because you can see it's not looking like the healthiest of growth, but this new growth on this plant looks a lot better, which gives me a lot of hope because the rest of it didn't really look that good. So I'm glad that we're getting some new healthier growth. You can see here it looks more regular compared to like something like that. So that makes me super happy. Again, we have some flowers on that, so hopefully we'll be getting some stuff off of those soon. Then over here in our square bed, we have the peppers. And honestly, this year has been a great year for me with peppers, at least so far. My peppers have just grown so much better than they did last year, gotten so much bigger. You can see how big these are. The leaves are just humongous, and it makes me super duper happy that they're that big. And then these also have a bunch of flowers on them, so that makes me super happy that they're just covered in flowers, and hopefully we'll get a lot out of this bed. But everything's doing really good in this bed. The top of this is kind of odd because it's like, I don't even know, it's kind of weird. This is my fish pepper, and I'm still trying to figure out like what's going on with it. I'm just kind of leaving it for now because as you can see, it's getting a lot of new growth and like all down the stem, so I think it'll be fine even if this is some kind of like disease or whatever. I think it'll pull through, so I'm just kind of leaving it for now. But you can see how big these peppers are. These 2 are banana peppers, these 2 are bell peppers, and this is called a fish pepper. It's a variegated variety, which I absolutely love. So that's that bed. Oh, and then also I had planted nasturtiums here, forgetting that whenever I planted this pepper, and one of them came up and it was like right here, and I didn't want it to be that close to a pepper, so I moved it over here, and I think that was not a good idea to move it, but you know, it's fine. Hopefully it'll pull through. It's got some new growth. I think it'll be okay. And then in this container right here, we have cinnamon basil and lemon thyme doing pretty good. Over here on the arch trellis, this is gonna be cucumbers eventually. I have some started, I just have to get them out here. Our little Mexican gherkin. So I think it got burnt somehow, which is really weird because it like sprouted outside. So it's not like I didn't harden it off well. And I don't know that this is burnt, but that's what it looks like to me, is like a sunburn. Like something that would happen like if you didn't harden your plants off properly, they would burn. And I was thinking, well, maybe it just was in a really shaded area and got then really heavy sun and then got burnt that way. So it just wasn't exposed to the sun right away enough. That's just my guess because I don't really know. So I don't know if it'll pull through or not. I'm hoping it will because that's my one Mexican gherkin sunflower. So I'm hoping that it will pull through because I really want some gherkins, but who knows? We'll just have to see. But you know what? If it doesn't pull through, it's okay. I'll be just fine. And then on the other side of the trellis, we have our mrip whole beans doing amazing. Absolutely just cranking out beans. And then our bush beans over here have given us a few beans. We're getting some burgundy bush beans. And honestly, everything over here is doing really good. It makes me super happy. I've gotten really good harvests off of this. And I'm just continuing to get harvests. So that makes me super happy. We have a blank space right here still. Then over here in our big bed, we have our slicer tomatoes. So I decided to finally pull up that tomato because it wasn't doing anything. So I finally decided to pull it up. I might put a sucker there, like from one of these tomatoes maybe. Okay, so over here we have a black creme tomato, and then this is a Cherokee purple tomato. And then this is a striped German tomato and a Roma tomato. So I had mentioned to you guys that that we were having problems with our last tomatoes that I had to pull with the curling problem because of our soil. And I think I'm kind of starting to have that problem again with these last two tomatoes. So I'm honestly gonna leave it and just see if they produce anything because I can't replace them. I'm just going to leave it. And then if they don't produce anything, they don't produce anything. And we are planning on using the farmer's market, and so like trying to can stuff from the farmer's market too. So all like the canning and stuff like that is not heavily reliant on my garden, which is nice because we were planning on getting stuff from the farmer market anyway to can. Also canning content coming out soon because we're going to be doing some canning, which is super exciting. Anyway, so yeah, I'm having those problems with the curling and the shriveling up. So I don't know if they will produce anything, but I'm obviously just gonna leave them. If you saw my last video, I figured out it was the soil. That was the problem. And so I'm just gonna kind of leave it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do with it. And then this fall, I'm going to treat my soil and try to get all the herbicides out of the soil. So that's my plan. Let's get back to this garden tour. Okay, then on this back end we have a jalapeno pepper which somehow got topped, and it's actually coming back surprisingly with some new growth like on the sides, which I'm really surprised about, and I'm just gonna leave it. I'm glad I left it so that it can just continue to grow. We have some zinnias doing awesome. I think you can see there's a little baby like bud down there, so hopefully we'll get some flowers soon. That's really exciting. And then we have a sunflower which is leaning over, and I need to get some support for it, but that's doing pretty good. So that's the gist of the big garden. So now we're gonna go over to my decks and I'm gonna show you everything that's going on over there. Okay, so starting over here in my front deck, I have my vinca vine, my like pinky purple Flower and my creeping Jenny all doing pretty good. And then we have our cat mint, and I don't know what this is called, but it's really pretty. I have 2 of those plants. Okay, then over here on the big deck, we have our marigolds, absolutely doing amazing over here on the deck. We have some lemon basil needing to be pruned. We have our shishito pepper, which is actually doing amazing. I'm so happy with how it's doing. And then we have some parsley over here on the side. We have our purple dahlia, marigolds, Genovese basil. We got some lettuce leaf basil, absolutely doing amazing. We have our sucker, which is starting to grow some roots. I don't know if it'll do anything. And then we have our starts, which are actually doing really, really good. As you can see, these 2 have sprouted. This one's starting to sprout, hoping that one's gonna sprout. We have this one that I might need to replant because it is not sprouting. This one's the Parisian pickling one, has sprouted, all doing awesome. We have our pink and yellow dahlia over here on our green stalk, doing really, really good. I'm not going to show you everything that is in it today just because it's so time consuming and honestly kind of boring, but I'm just gonna, this is if you haven't seen my green stalk, it's a mix of ornamentals and herbs. So we have like things like dill and oregano, and parsley and basil, things like that. And then you have like your vinca vine, and I have a polka dot plant, multiple of these all over my green stalk. So my green stalk's doing really, really good. Super happy with this. My thyme is kind of starting, some of it's starting to kind of die out, so I think I'm gonna need to come in and prune that. But everything over here is doing pretty good. So that's kind of the gist of our garden tour today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are enjoying all these garden tours, seeing my garden progress over the weeks. I'm so excited to keep showing you guys, and then soon we'll be thinking about the fall garden, which is crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!